The Kings suck in this game. We should play another team.
I took the Kings to the Cup.
Yeah, against the computer with the offsides.
They're a finesse team.
Welcome to Twin Galaxies Gameplay Edition. I'm here with Nick Houslander, Mike Sroka, and brand new world record holder of NHL 94, Raphael Frydman, or others known as Ralph. How you doing, Ralph?
Good, Raph, actually.
Raph, I'm sorry.
Hey, Mike, no problem.
We just talked about this before we went on the air, and of course I got it wrong.
2 minutes ago. I would have said the exact same things.
So
It's a common one.
I'm really excited to watch this video. I like not 1 minute in, you get your first goal. NHL 94 is probably my favorite video game. So when this record was sent in, I was so excited. How long did this take you once you found out about Twin Galaxies?
Well, originally, I think in November, someone posted your record, Michael, on of this world record, and that was around November. Kind of got my attention. Being a fan of 94, playing it, and being active on those 94 forums, kind of saw it and said, hey, you know what? This, I could probably try to do this. I tried it a couple times on the emulator, got really close and said, it's around Christmas time. I should probably find some time to dig up my old console and I'll try to beat it. It turns out, of course, my console was gone. My parents had no idea what happened to it.
Oh, man.
That's such crap.
I know. So I get it. I ordered one on eBay and all that stuff, and a cartridge. And literally the same day I got it, I kind of hooked it up to my TV here. And this was the very first time I had the console up, so I was kind of testing it out, not planning on really, playing for the record. So I turned my cell phone on just to record the video, and this was probably like the second or third attempt, and lo and behold, I broke the record. So I was just praying that the video actually recorded on my phone and sent it in.
Awesome.
Which is why it's such it's a cell phone recording video done at like midnight when I was just trying to make sure that this thing worked on my TV.
It looks amazing for a cell phone video. I know cell phones are what they used to be. No, this looks fine. I mean, seriously, I can't imagine a regular camera being any better than this.
Yeah, iPads work great now, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
In your video, we didn't see your starting line. Is it the default line?
No, I start the All-Stars West versus Anaheim. I put in Roenick.
It's not even so much me as it's Roenick. He's good.
Oh, is that right?
The king of the game, Bure, and Solani with Housley, and I think I forgot who my other D is, but basically all the speed guys, because you really want to just start flying around the ice when you're trying to break a record in time. All you're doing is trying to score as many of these slap shot, kind of cheesy goals as you can.
Yep.
So I kind of went really, with the fastest guys on the ice.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll see here, the first few goals are all slappers and stuff because it's, you're just pretty much.
You're trying to get every goal. I was doing it the other day, and before yours was verified, of course, I go for it quite a bit. I mean, I use Dino Cicerelli and Sergei Fedorov, and I flop them just because of their shot. And I'm doing the exact same thing you are, but you're doing one thing that I can't quite do, and that's the deke. I can do that deke in 93.
It's definitely possible in 94, especially playing at like Anaheim or Ottawa or a team like that, but it is so much harder. Well, that one was really impressive because that was like a 93 deke. I mean, that wasn't even like
93. I played that recently. 94 is the king, right? Everyone plays that game, and a few guys said, "Why don't we try to play 93?" And wow, it's that deke move is 100% guaranteed to go in every single time.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
So it ends up being a really boring game because there's no manual goalie control either. So when you're playing against somebody, it's just breakaway after breakaway, and you're just helpless as someone scores on that deke move.
Yeah, but it helps you develop your defense, though. That's actually
big time.
I was always. Me and Mike have been playing since we were kids, and I always had a great defense, but Mike's offense was always better than me, and eventually the offense overtook the defense.
Roenick,
you lost Roenick?
Dude,
yeah, that sucks. You lost Roenick and you still did? Yzerman.
Oh, you put Yzerman. That's the best player in the game.
Yeah, Yzerman's another goal-scoring monster, but the unedited video, I drop an F-bomb at that point. Like, you got to be kidding me, one of those. Like, because at this point, I'm like, I'm on fire. I got a good,
you got a good pace going
for
here. Sure, yeah.
Why didn't you cheat?
And then you knock Roenick out.
Why didn't you cheat and use the timeout?
What's that?
Oh, dude, you don't know. If you use the timeout when a guy gets hurt, you get him back.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we always made it where like we weren't allowed to use it because it's kind of bullshit. But
Yeah, I don't think.
So
If you take a
So when someone
timeout,
goes down as an injury, you just call timeout right there?
I'm gonna make Wayne Gretzky's head bleed for super fan number 99 over here.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's actually in the book,
yeah, I think it's in the manual.
but it's crap. I never would use it because it's garbage.
yeah, but
Yeah, but that's hilarious. I don't even think, I'm on the NHL 94 forums. I'm one of the actually admins on there, so I think I know everything about this game, but I think I just learned something. So I'm excited to go and use that cheese move next time that happens.
Yeah.
Oh, do it if you're trying to break a record, seriously. Because it really, especially when we first got it, we're like, why is there a timeout? You can just hit pause. And then one time we did, we were like, oh, we got our guy back. And of course he was like, that's crap.
That's amazing. I can't wait to try that.
well, the timeout does have a purpose when you're.
Well, it has a purpose to bring the guy back.
Well, of
That's what
course it does, but the real purpose, I think, is if you're playing lines, it'll restore.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
It
You're
restores the
probably right.
power of your best line.
Does it?
The
Does it?
endurance, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And there's also a belief, if you're playing against someone and you're just getting the crap kicked out of you and you just don't, the game just feels like nothing could go right. You just call a timeout, just for the sake of trying to change the momentum of the game.
No, that's a good point.
Oh, to quiet the crowd down so they don't get their crowd meter up too high.
That's true. You get the
That's another
decibel
cheats
meter.
move. Yeah.
So
That last goal by Housley, by the way, was actually a pass shot. Another one of those moves that you kind of want to try to use sometimes, where you actually shoot the puck with B.
Yeah, that was a
with
great
the pass shot.
That's a great move in '94, especially when the game first came out and you couldn't do that deke move anymore, and it was like,
Right.
oh crap, how are we gonna score? And before we really learned, the one time everyone was like, oh, if you just go straight ahead and whip B at the goalie, you'll score like
Yes.
4 times out of 10 or something like that. So no, it's a great move.
the new one's coming out. Do you play any new systems? Do you play the new hockey
No.
games or 14?
I actually don't. Believe it or not, I don't. I haven't purchased a console since Genesis because, basically, you just get addicted to games. And that was right around the time I was like in college, so I knew it would have just been a disaster. So I pretty much, didn't play video games for a while, and then I recently found out that people play 94 online, and that's when I got kind of, suckered back into playing and getting hooked on playing just this game in particular.
Yeah.
And then I saw this, this record, and then that's where it came from. And then, of course, after I saw that, kind of learned about Twin Galaxies, watched the documentary, King of Kong. It was great.
Made your own little magic, of course. Awesome.
Well,
Iserman gets his second goal.
Yes, I was very excited.
Now, I just noticed something. Belfour, you have Belfort in. Seriously, you have the All-Stars. Why didn't you use All-Star Tim Shovelday as your
come
goalie?
on. You did Ed
Tim
Belfour?
Yeah, Tim Shovelday.
Yeah, he's the best
Nah,
goalie
nah,
on
nah.
this game. In this
Wah and Belfort.
So we know you're from New Jersey. Are you New Jersey's
Yep.
Devil? That's your team, basically?
No, I was born and raised in New York, so I'm a Rangers fan.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
94 also the greatest year for the Rangers. So.
Oh my God! What a great! I can
the
watch.
best
I can
finals
watch Game
ever.
7 over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I love when Craig McTavish slash hooks somebody and they don't call anything. It's so awesome. It's such a brutal game. Oh man!
It is so brutal. Oh yeah, that the whole series and the series before that against New Jersey, which was kind of a
Oh.
foreshadowing of '95. But oh my God, that series, the only series that might be better in the Stanley Cup was the semifinals before.
Oh,
it was
God,
such
yeah.
a great series.
I get chills when I hear the Matteau call. To this day, if I hear Sam Rosen giving that Matteau, it wasn't Rosen who did Matteau, but when I hear the Matteau call, I'm getting chills. And then the waiting is over.
Scars.
It's a mess.
No, dude, that
Oh,
year was. I can't believe it's been almost 20 years actually, because that
Oh, yeah.
still feels like it was yesterday.
And like I said, it's the 20th anniversary coming up, so that's so awesome. That it got verified. When did you send it in a while back, or?
Yeah, I sent this in probably January of 12. So right after, about a year and a half ago, kind of when Twin Galaxies was going through this whole restructuring and change, and it just got lost. And then when the site came back up, I sort of forgot about it. And then I think I was joking one time. I'm like, well, I'm a world record holder unofficially, just kind of joking. And then it was actually my wife who said, whatever happened to that? And you should just submit it again. And that's what I did. I just took the same video. I hadn't watched it. I just submitted it. And then when it got verified, I was like, oh, this is awesome. So.
Yep. Oh, come on.
Because
I want Coffee. Coffee's my favorite player of all time. I have like 6 of his jerseys.
Oh, nice.
That's right. Eiserman, come on.
Yes! Nice! Delayed shot, too. That was
cheesy.
Beautiful.
That's the cheesiest goal ever.
Oh, that's great, dude.
Oh, it's awful.
No, those are the goals that
watching this now.
You want to score those against your friends because nothing pisses you off more than a delayed shot.
Oh, look at that. That is
I know it, yeah.
Dude, it's all Eiserman, too. That's why he's so great, because he's not the fastest, but he has the best control.
Yes.
That's why Fedorov was too fast. And you like Fedorov. I never liked Fedorov.
Fedorov's too easy to get knocked over, too.
Yeah, exactly.
But Roenick, couldn't knock over, same shot.
Oh, he's like Robitaille, but better.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite team on here other than All-Star? I mean, you just used All-Stars for the World Record.
West. No, it's a good question. I don't really have a particular favorite team. It's what I love about the game is that every team's got like a unique identity. I hate Chicago. That's one. I never use them.
Oh, good.
Because they're so good.
We have that in common.
Yeah. So Roenick and Belfort are just, brutally. I just hate playing them and hate because even if you win, you feel like you're cheesing everybody. Roenick's just unstoppable.
Elio steals to Roenick.
You bitch!
Score, Chicago!
So and then Detroit's a close
and he's never won a
though.
cup, so Oh man!
So here we go.
Is there any other records you might be going for? Or?
I might now. Thinking about it, going for maybe 93 and 92, and all the NHL series really, but maybe just 92, 93. Because especially 93, it's so similar to 94. I don't think it'd be that hard to break that record. I don't know what it is, but if I would try it, I'd probably do 93.
Yeah, and then NHL 94 is it's a different
95.
95 is a different game.
Awful.
Oh no, that's pretty much everything after that.
Yeah, 97
it's
was
not
close.
Really. You need a lot of time to sort of not a time, but each attempt is going to take you. By the time if you're close to it, like 20 minutes or so, maybe even longer per attempt. And if you're going to want to get it verified, you're going to have to set yourself up to record, etc. So it's quite you got to be involved and kind of dedicated if you really want to try to break the record. So I don't know if I have enough time to really try it. Maybe around Christmas time again, when kind of work gets slow and have some time off in the holidays. But
yeah, that's when I play video games.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's about it. Especially with this game. I remember I got it. My birthday was on Thanksgiving, and my parents got it for me for my birthday, and it was like, who cares about Christmas?
Oh God, yeah. Is there any? I guess the best question for this is you said you don't like playing with the Rangers too much. They're not. I mean, they're your favorite team in real life, but not a huge. Because they were pretty good on this game.
They're all right. I mean, you got like Mike Gartner, who's like the best on the Rangers. He's super fast, got a big shot. But the rest of the Rangers team, they're good, but they're not the best. So I'll play with them. But what ends up happening is there's a lot of heavy players on the Rangers, like Messier and Tikkanen. And in the Genesis game, the heavier you are, the worse you are at checking. There's a big weight bug in it.
Stupid.
So the lighter guys are the guys who actually are the big checkers, which is like Roenick and Bure and Theo Fleury, all these like 180-pound guys. They're the wrecking balls because there's a big weight bug in the Genesis version of the game. So it's like one of those like little known facts. Like you sort of get why Roenick and Bure and all these guys are really good, but the reason is you can't knock them down, and they knock everybody else down. And you get a guy like Eric Lindros or Mark Messier, and they fall down like feathers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, kind of like Fedorov does.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we're from
Fedorov's a little
Detroit, so we always play with Detroit's our favorite, and they're a good team too.
All firepower with Detroit. Yeah, I mean, Detroit's they're actually almost even just as good as the All-Stars West with Eiserman, because Dino is not on the All-Stars West. He should be.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that would be perfect because I just use Coffee, Fedorov, Yzerman, and then I just have Housley. Housley would be my pick if I could use the Red Wings or trade Housley to the Red Wings, and I'd be all set.
What is your playing style? Just playing normally with friends, or back 20 years ago,
or playing online, I guess.
Yeah. What is your style? Is it just run and gun, or?
Oh yeah, I mean now it's you got to try to score one-timers, dekes, all that. But the big thing that kind of separates like high-level play is you got to really get good with the manual goalie. So like playing against the computer here, a lot of these goals, I mean, you just wouldn't score any of them really against someone who's switching to their goalie and just blocking all your slap shots. And that crease cut, you got to see that coming. So it's just more of a chess match. I think that's why the game continues to be played to this day and has like a dedicated fan base to it because there's a lot of it's a skill game, right?
Oh yeah,
Yzerman's a scoring beast.
You didn't swap him out because was Roenick only out for the game?
He was out for the game.
Oh, he was out for the game.
Yeah.
Wow, there should be an asterisk now on the world record. A good asterisk. Lost Roenick in the first period.
What's impressive though, he lost Roenick 8 minutes into the first period, and Yzerman is already the leading scorer.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Yzerman. It's All-Stars West is so ridiculously stacked. I mean, they really have like the best guys on the entire game. I would think Roenick, Bure, Yzerman might be the top three guys, and then in the entire game. So
Solani.
I picked Solani because of he's got crazy speed, but I'd probably take those three guys if I was drafting.
Oh, yeah, I take it back. Solani's leading the team. I didn't realize he had 14 already. I thought he still had 9. My God.
I guess this is just a take since you are the world record holder now. Of course, you play online play with NHL 94 and emulators, and there's a great community there over at NHL 94. And, of course, online play is pretty much it's very similar, right, to the Genesis version. I know there's an SNES version, but in terms of playing it over the internet, it's identical. Pretty much identical.
Yeah, you play the Genesis version through the Genesis emulator. And there's also people who play the Nintendo one. It's probably like a 2-to-1 ratio. You have like, let's say 40 guys playing Genesis and you have 20 guys playing the Nintendo version. But the Genesis is, in my opinion, the better gameplay of the two systems.
Oh yeah, by far.
Yeah, the SNES version was lacking. It just didn't have the same feel to it. It almost felt like a ripoff.
Yeah, it causes firestorms with people who play the NES version. They start defending it. We don't have the weight bug, and you have more buttons, and we have all the stuff they have. But at the end of the day, the game's just a lot better.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm like, the record I think was 47. So I was really getting excited, like hoping that the computer just doesn't shut me down now for a few minutes, which tends to happen, in these games where
Terry Yankee can't hit over sometimes.
Yeah, and all of a sudden they just, like your shots go wide, everyone's, the goal, Guy Herbert becomes like, Patrick Waugh.
Nice coffee in front.
No, it's true. It always does that. When you think you're rolling and all of a sudden you're like, oh, come on. Like, everyone can poke check on your team now.
Yeah, when I was trying this, I had 24 in the first period. And
dang.
Yeah.
That was it. So you prefer going down? You like being the away team better?
I do. That's a good point, actually. That's one thing I do enjoy is, for some reason, going down just is a little easier for me to score. But I think the majority of people go the other way. They prefer going up. And I don't know about home ice either. If that really has an effect, but
it's just the up and down. I think that's the only thing it really bases it on.
Yeah, based on this, sometimes there's the hot and cold where you can get a goalie who'll have one less skill point. I don't know if that really affects it. It affects the math and the probability of the game, which is, with a lot of video games, there's still a probability. What I would like to see, since you guys have such a strong community, and this is something I would love to push for and love to talk to the people at EA Sports, especially because they're doing NHL 94 retro, their new game is coming out and they're using old sound effects. It's still the new game. They're not, it's still not the old gameplay.
It has nothing to do with 94.
It's kind of
here's a record-breaking goal there.
Solani backhand. That's awesome.
7. Yzerman has 13 assists too. That is incredible.
But that was pretty, Sue. Check this out on the instant replay.
Cheesy crease cut goal.
Well, you know what? I am unbelievable.
Whatever. It's a goal.
Well, I mean, that's how you got to do it.
It's a world record. That's what you're going for.
Exactly.
But back to that, kind of on the same note, is what I would think would be awesome this year, since there's NHL 14 and the new celebration, 20th anniversary, if EA Sports and the NHL could work something out at the Winter Classic, have like an NHL 94 for a tournament at the Winter Classic for all the festivities, have the NHL best players come together head to head, of course, because that really, I mean, you do have the world record against the computer, but I think you would rather be a champion amongst your peers, I'm assuming, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would be so much fun too. That'd be something cool to get, have a NHL 14 champion too, because they got a way to sponsor the new game, but have an NHL 94 tournament at the Winter Classic, that would be so awesome. And you'd be there, right?
I would definitely do my best to try to get there.
It's Christmas Eve here in Detroit, so for the celebration. So maybe we could work that out somehow. But that would be a lot of. I think that should happen. It needs to happen. It's New Year's Eve, yeah, because the Winter Classic's on New Year's Day. So.
No, that would be so much fun. And come on, how awesome would it be if just one of the people playing was a ex-player or a current player or something?
Oh yeah, that would be cool too. Yeah.
I'm not saying anyone's committed to that or anything. I'm just saying if you like hockey, if you're a hockey player, chances are you probably played NHL 94 at one point in your life.
Well, yeah, some of these guys who are in the game are going to be there.
Yeah.
In the alumni game. So they've probably played a video game with them in it. They,
definitely.
Get to build their ego.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking Drapes owned this game. There's no way Chris Draper didn't own this game.
Well, it's really funny. I was reading like some sort of interview with Roenick, and he says that probably one out of every 3 fans brings up NHL 94 and how good he was in it. So it's like he can't escape that, and he's so famous for it. And then this, he also did a parody remake of that Swingers scene, which was really funny. If you ever guys see it, where he's actually the guy playing himself and saying how good Roenick is.
Oh, that's awesome! Yeah, isn't that?
Yeah, it's really funny.
Awesome. So at this point, are you just cruising? I mean, you're just trying to pile out as many as possible.
At this point, I don't want Anaheim to score because I don't want to have 54-1 or something like that.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I had the world record of, I think it's 43. I can't remember. It's been such a long time ago, but I think I had it 44-1, and it was like, son of a. But it's like I was gonna submit it because the previous one was only like 30. So I'm like, I gotta send something in because 30 is not the world record. And then that's why I'm glad you guys found out about it because I knew there's better players on NHL 94. Like I want to play in the leagues you got there, but I just can't commit the time and all that stuff at this point. But got the emulator going, and then man, it's the 2-on-2 play tournament would be awesome.
Have you
too.
seen that?
Oh, that was awesome.
That's one of those awesome. I love playing 2-on-2 where we got a guy who hacked the ROM, so it's literally just 4 guys on the ice plus the goalies. And you play with 4 players, so it's you and your, other live partner versus 2 other guys, and it just becomes much more about sort of team chemistry and everything. A lot of fun.
Yeah, we used to.
Michael, we would love to have you. If you ever want, just sign up and we'll make it happen.
You have to do it, dude. That would be awesome.
Oh yeah, it'd be a lot of fun too. So
we're gonna do 20-game seasons in about a couple weeks. So 20 games not too much. You just probably have to get like 4 guys you got to find.
Wow, that sounds
it's
like it's gonna happen. So, because I've been playing it a lot, and I bought 10 copies the other day on eBay. So, I was hoping to get this tournament going, to be honest, and they're $2 a piece, and I have 7 Genesis, so I could play them, all at the same time, right?
Awesome.
So, got 1 minute here left. Was your heart like pounding after that, or was it a relaxing game for you?
No, I mean it was surreal because I'm just like sitting in my living room. My wife and kids are sleeping. I can't really get loud, and I'm sort of like it's late. It's got to be now like 1 a.m. or something. I'm just tired and kind of not realizing what's going on because I've tried it a bunch of times and never got close to 58, and it's just like kind of just in this daze. And then I think you don't see it in this YouTube video, but on the actual video, I get up, I scroll through the menus. I'm like doing everything I can to make sure that this is like a legit copy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
58-0.
That is insane. Yzerman gets the first star.
Of course, Detroit.
Well, yet he still had more assists than goals.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So no Roenick. So, yeah, you're right. I should put the asterisk that,
Lost Roenick
beat
in
the
the
world
first
record
period.
without Roenick. Yeah.
Yep, lost Roenick. Yzerman played 22 minutes and still had more points than anyone else.
Yeah, so when I tie you one day, you'll always have that one thing up on me. Yeah,
Do it without Roenick.
Yeah.
Maybe that was like serendipity. Maybe that was what somehow propelled me, because maybe Roenick's a curse. Who knows?
Hey, is there ever going to be a record for Twin Galaxies that's not... Because this scoring a lot wasn't my forte usually. Is there more... keeping the other team from scoring and not getting shots on goal?
No.
Is there a shot? Because I played multiple games where the other team never got a shot.
No, the world record setting I want for NHL 94 is what you and me went for all the time. Oh, who cares if I'm losing to 3? I got 85 body checks and you only got 40.
Oh god, yeah, and I always tried to do that in my passing percentage. I always wanted it like above 70%, and it was really hard. You had to really be smart about it.
Well, if you do that, I get a tip for you. Don't do any one-timers, because they don't count as a successful pass.
Yeah, I know. I learned that. I used to, when I first started doing it, I was like, oh, it's so easy, because it always connects. And then it was like,
Right.
I only had 2 passes. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us watch your video. That was great. And good luck. And maybe we'll see your name on the other NHL records. And we'll come over to the community at NHL 94. And... our communities will kind of join here, Twin Galaxies and NHL 94 a little bit. And thanks very much. It was an honor.
Yeah, it was. This is awesome. Great game.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Nick. It was a pleasure talking 94, anytime. And, come check us out, NHL94.com and NHL94online.com.
Sweet. We will.
Cool.
Wayne, pause it. All right, I'll pause it. Jesus Christ. Like you've scored all day. How much do you want? Just give me some money, man. There it is, Mikey. Check it out. His head's bleeding.